You can love me more in a moment.
So tell me about this song, In a Moment.
So one night I had a dream, and it's kind of an awkward dream to share, but it's like there's nothing promiscuous or sexual about it. But one night I had a dream of all the ex-lovers that I've ever had. And in the dream, it was like God allowed me to go back to each moment that I had with that person. And it was like weird because I was like living it out for a little while in my dream. And it was, of course, like the good parts, the happy part, you know, where you're happy in the relationship and you think that this person is healthy for you and good for you and all those things. And then, and it was weird. So it happened like in that pattern, like it was all the happy parts and the happy moments and the happy times with each individual person. And then the grief came. Then the grief and the shame and the feeling of heartbreak and that you get when a relationship that you really think it is going to last just doesn't. You know, or you start to see it make a turn and it just totally crashes. And I don't think that my God is not the God to where he would let me feel all that in a condemning way. It wasn't a condemning way. It was more of a, Gina, let's take a little walk back into your past and let me just lovingly remind you of like how you felt right here so that you could share it, so that you could minister about it, that you can, you know, just share your life story, how I conquered this for you, how I brought, I was gonna cry and I ended up sneezing, how I brought you through this in your life. And I thank God for allowing me to go through all that because it's led me into the arms of one of the most amazing men I've ever met in my life next to Jesus, and that's my husband. So I remember waking up, and that morning, it didn't like come right on me right away. You know, I did my coffee, I had some time in the Word, but then all of a sudden it was like boom. And I remember like walking over to my piano and I was like looking for a piece of paper to write the lyrics on, and the only piece of paper I could find was the photo of the girl that I found on Pinterest's haircut that I wanted, and I wrote this song on the back of that paper. Pretty much what this song means to me, and what I hope that it's received by the listener, is that we've all made mistakes in our lives. We've all, and we will always make mistakes in our lives, but our God is so much greater and he's so much more beautiful and faithful and committed to you than anybody in your life. And my husband can say this too, and that means even more than your husband or your spouse. Anybody. He is like committed to you. He is in love with you. And he will not regret your love for him. And that's kind of like the real heartbeat of this song, In a Moment. Is in a moment we make mistakes. In a moment we give our lives over to somebody, or sexual intimacy or our spiritual intimacy or our emotional intimacy. In a moment like that, we give it over. And in those moments that we do that, I don't know, we kind of like create hurt in our sin, in our bad choices. You know, we create hurt for ourselves, we create hurt for that other person. We take away from our husbands to be, and we're taken away from their wives to be, and we're taken away from how they're going to be a husband. I mean, when you're falling into sexual sin, that's what you're doing, you know. But this song, In a Moment, is to inspire and encourage those that have not known or have known and have chosen to fall sexually, that God is bigger and He's better, and He's going to heal you of that. And even all the wounds that have been left behind, each piece of you that you felt has been pulled away and given to somebody and is no longer gone, God is going to restore that completely. And it's like an anthem. It's an anthem song for those who have struggled sexually. I'm just going to say it. That's how I feel about it. When I sing it to God, it's my anthem song of, Jesus, you can love me more in a moment than any other lover could in a lifetime, and you will not regret my love for you. So, I don't know what else to say about it. I hope that it edifies and blesses you. Have a blessed day. We love you, beloved.